I'm Andrew Phillips. Welcome to my channel. Today we are back here with the R2-D2 build project. This is part 6. If you want to see the other parts, I'll have links down in the description where we got it to where it is right now. But today we have something special. Instead of working on this one here, which is this 3D printed one that we're working on, we're actually going to be going down to Washington, D.C. to do an overview on a screen-used R2-D2 from Return of the Jedi. Now, the one that we're going to be looking at is not one of the remote controlled ones. The one that we're going to be looking at is one that actually the actor Kenny Baker was actually inside during some of the scenes of Return of the Jedi. But either way, I wanted to see it because I'm getting to the point now where I want to make sure that my detailing and my colors are correct. I'm having to rely on images online, and sometimes what I'm looking at are other R2-D2 build projects and replicas that people built, and they may not be 100% accurate. So I wanted to get up close on one, and I had the opportunity to do it. So let's head down there, and I'll meet you down in DC, and we'll continue this video. This R2-D2 was one that was used by Kenny Baker, and it's obvious right there by the little leggings going into the feet. This is a picture of him posing with this actual one, and an easy way to tell that it's this one is those little silver pieces above the feet right there. And it was also seen in this scene here in Return of the Jedi. You can see them there as well. This is that actual one. And the only other time that we see this R2-D2 with all silver there is in this promo picture for A New Hope that was taken back in 1976 and never used in the movie. Because all the other scenes, you can see right there, the tips of those silver pieces are blue. For whatever reason, they forgot to paint it on that one. But here's another scene right there in Endor, but this is the remote control one, and you can see right there, the tips are blue. For whatever reason, they forgot to do it on the one he was using. And if we look here on the head, you can see that on the dome, some of the blue is starting to fade with the age. You can see on the very top, it's very light, but then coming here, it's a little more blue. If we work our way down here, you can see the detailing here on the side leg. It's actually pretty wild to see it up close, and in the movie, you don't realize how kind of sloppy the paint is to make it look aged. But here's a close-up. You can almost looks like the blue was painted with a brush. You can almost see brush strokes on it. It's not that good at all, but you can also see that it's just a plain dark navy blue as I'm using, not the metallic like a lot of people are using on their droids. That is not correct. And you can see some of the detailing there on the back and on the feet right here. And here's a close-up. You can see, I mean, in the movie, it looks like dirt and sand and all, but all it is just a brush just slopped together, putting some aged and dirt effects on it. Coming up as well, you can see it's not that perfect at all. Even in the silver detailing, you can see they just kind of took a brush and just went quickly in there because they're not zooming in like this on film. You know, he's passing by or he's from a distance, so it doesn't matter. And looking at this body closely, as we come down here, an easy way to tell that this is also the same one in those pictures is that top vent. You can see the vents are a little bit crooked, leaning downward. And if you see in this picture right there, same thing. You can see on that top vent, they're kind of drooping to the right. And then also this scene right here from Return of the Jedi, that one there, you can see it, showing that this is definitely the same one. And looking at the body, it looks like it's fiberglass on this one here, especially when I got a look on the inside. It looks like it's fiberglass because this is one of the costumes that he wore and not one of the mechanical ones. But the doors are hinged for the arms and accessories to come out where he could open and close it. And you can see the two arms right there. They're not as defined as on some of the ones that people are making. And just figured I would check out 3PO as well while we were here. Very, very cool costume, very detailed. Looks like it's a mix of maybe fiberglass and metal as well. But I guess they had to do a lot of restoration on it when they got it because of it being so aged, it was seizing up. And then I was really focusing here on the side legs because that's the next part that we're going to be building on my project. So I have to print all the pieces, but I want to make sure I've got the colors and placement correct because I'm seeing kind of a variety of stuff online from people building it. But what I was thinking was the way it needs to go. It looks like I was on point. So at least now we have this detailed reference. And then coming along here on the back, I noticed here on the back of the right leg, there's a number written on there. And if you look at that, that's actually the catalog and ID number used by the museum, with the 1984 being the year that Lucasfilm donated it to the museum. And here's a nice shot of the braided hose that's used here on the feet for reference if anyone's interested in that. I'm going to be getting into that on mine as well. I wanted to make sure I had that correct. And you can also see up in there the harness that Kenny Baker used when he was wearing this. Pretty cool. And then these vents right here, I was very impressed how accurate the Mr. Badley files are. They are 100% accurate to these real ones here. They look exact, so definitely very good job on that. And you can see them here closer. And then right here, you can see, I don't know, I guess the blue had worn off, or I don't know if he's weathered like that in the movie, but that was interesting. Normally that's dark blue as it is on the other leg on this one. But you can also see like around the ankle, and just the detailing is the silvers and whites and blues that are used here. And right there, nice close-ups. And then you can see that little support gear right there. It looked like some people are doing the base of it white, but you can see there it's all silver. And then coming up here Here's another shot of the dome. You can see the paint really fading. And I don't know if that's where people getting some of their references. I'm seeing some people using too light of a blue. But as you can see on the parts that aren't faded and on the eye in the front, it's definitely dark blue. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed it. It was very cool to see that one up close, especially knowing that that was actually used in Return of the Jedi. Very cool stuff. Saw a lot of detailing as we saw. Actually confirmed a lot of what I have going on here looks 100% accurate. Did see a couple things that are a little bit different from what I'm seeing on other R2-D2 builds that we'll got to consider going forward. But that wraps up this video. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. You don't want to miss, because in the next part, part 7, we're going to be working on the side legs. We're going to be putting the shoulders in, putting all the supports, have a lot of detailing to do with the side legs, which is one of the things that I wanted to see on the real R2-D2, because I have all these pieces that we have to print, and I can't get really good images of the placement and the colors. So it was really cool to really get close to see exactly what I'm getting into, but you won't want to miss that, because we're coming up on the end really with this right now. So the next thing that we have is we're going to be doing the legs in the next video. And then after that, we're doing the feet, and then the whole body is done. Then we're getting into the motors and the electronics at that point, and then we're finished with this thing. So I'm planning on probably making this into a 10-part series. This was obviously part 6. Part 7, we're doing the legs. 7, we'll be doing the feet. And then 8 and 9, we'll be working on the motors and electronics. And then on 10, God willing, we will be taking this thing out and about and testing it and wrapping this up. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please send me any questions and comments. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'll have links to the other parts, part 1 through 5. In those, from I think 1 and 2, I go into the Mr. Badley files that I'm using, where you can get those and all that in case you want to do your own. If you are in the middle of a project, R2-D2 build, and you have any questions or comments of things I've done, please send me questions, and I'll try to do my best to answer those for you. But that wraps up this video. So please like, subscribe. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you next time.